Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is one of the most anticipated video games right now. This game is in the development by one of the most decorated studios, Rocksteady, and if you don't know them, they are the developers of Batman Arkham Trilogy like Batman Arkham Asylum, Batman Arkham City, and Batman Arkham Knight. When the Suicide Squad announced, it was a big deal, the return of the Rocksteady with yet another DC-based video game. Hell yeah, me like so many people are up for it and couldn't wait to get our hands on the game. But recently, the new gameplay trailer and some other news about the game just released, and more that I think about it, more I get this idea that this game could be a complete failure. In this video, I'm going to pitch you this idea, but before we go on, don't forget to subscribe. So, new 15 minutes gameplay trailer of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. It was mid. Seriously, there are good things about this trailer, and there are also so many bad things about it that I don't know how to react. Recently, Rocksteady announced that this game took 8 years for them to develop, so we could say that the development of Suicide Squad game started right after the release of Batman Arkham Knight, which released back in 2015. I remember back then there was multiple rumors about the next Rocksteady game. There was some speculation like a Superman game, a Green Arrow game, or even a Nightwing game. So the day we get to see that it was a Suicide Squad game all along, we were surprised and hyped at the same time. But the more trailers released for this game, the more I got less hyped for the game. It just doesn't feel any good. There are so many things that I have problem with. Some of them are not important but still bothers me. For example, Rocksteady said that this game is actually in the universe of Batman Arkham and is set 5 years after the events of Batman Arkham Knight. So if you want to continue using the same universe, you have to stick with the things you did before and it worked. So why the hell Deadshot is black now? Don't get me wrong, I have no problem with Deadshot being black and all. To be honest, I think Deadshot looks more badass than before, but this transracial things really bothers me. If it was in a different universe, then it was cool, no problem. But if it's in the same universe, then we need the same characters. The next thing that really bothers me is actually one thing that everyone is excited about. I'm a huge fan of Batman, and I'm not talking about watching Chris Nolan Batman trilogy and calling myself a Bat fan. I'm like a reading thousands of comic books Batman fan, so I should be excited when Rocksteady announced that Batman is going to be in the Suicide Squad game. I mean, I am excited, but I'm not excited about the idea using the death of the myth, the legend, and the one and only Kevin Conroy as a marketing plan to gain more attention. Let's be honest, they were never going to tell us Batman is in it or not. But after the death of the Kevin Conroy, they were like, okay, let's use emotional hostaging by saying this is the last performance of Kevin Conroy as Batman. This plan was visible from miles away and ruined the surprise of Batman presence in the game. Yeah, the same Batman that this studio made a full AAA game to kill him. Weird, right? Before I go on and shut on the game some more, let me say two nice things about the game that I really enjoyed. In the latest trailer, we saw Wonder Woman, which I really liked. It was like a very believable Wonder Woman, unlike Gal Gadot, who is nothing like her and even better than the Justice League animation Wonder Woman. The second good thing is the city. Metropolis is 2 times bigger than the Gotham in Batman Arkham Knight, and it looks very good and stunning. Rocksteady showed us before that they are really capable of designing a different world like nothing we've seen before, and the trailers of Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League don't say any differently. Okay, enough of the good things. Let's point out something that is good and bad at the same time. I have my problems with the combat I saw in the gameplay trailer, especially with Captain Boomerang. Don't get me wrong, Captain Boomerang seems to have the best combat elements and most entertaining out of the squad, but that is the problem itself. Captain Boomerang is so good that really makes it hard to enjoy any other characters in the game. I mean, you can do pretty much everything with Boomerang, and it's not fair to the other characters. I'm guessing that 85% of the players will choose to play with Captain Boomerang. They didn't make the other characters entertaining as much as him. Deadshot is good enough, not good as the Captain Boomerang, but good enough to give him some time and play with him and go straight back to the Captain Boomerang. If you like sniping enemies, then I think you would enjoy choosing him more often. The other characters, I don't even want to bother myself. The other problem that I noticed was the aerial combat. What's wrong with it? Well, nothing in particular, but there is too much of it. Do any of you remember Lawbreakers, one of the last video games by Cliff Bleszinski? The gameplay on Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League really brought back some painful memories of this game. We barely saw any ground combat, which is a bummer. I really like the ground combat of Batman Arkham series, and I thought they would maneuver much more on it, but they didn't do it. So we kinda know that most of the game is going to be based on aerial combat, and frankly, this sucks. And did you notice that Riddler sign in the gameplay trailer? What the hell is this? I think Rocksteady just have the fetish for putting thousands of riddles in the game, but this time we have villains to solve another villain riddles, and meanwhile they have to kill the members of the biggest superhero group of all time that gone rogue and are villains. Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Thanks, Rocksteady. This sucks. Okay, if all these things considered to be flaws and bad things, so let's call this a bad cake. But are you ready for the cherry on top? The game needs internet connection all the fucking time. Even if you are playing a single player and a story campaign, you still need to have an internet connection, and to be honest, this sucks too. Hold this thought. Rocksteady announced that in the future, there will be more playable characters. Then it's possible to see Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke, coming to the game, or even more characters like Man-Bat or even Peacemaker. Okay, so what do we get? More playable characters that most likely to be playable with purchasing DLCs and constant internet connection? Yay! They're making another Marvel's Avenger game which sucked so hard that nobody even remembers that game exists. Yay, this sucks. Seriously, other than the fact that this game is being under development by one of the greatest studios of all time, there's no reason for me or any other person to get unreasonable hype for the game. I see no good things coming out of this title, and I'm desperately hoping to be wrong about this, but I don't think we're going to play a very decent video game. Even the story of the game seems so full of flaws, but I will talk about this matter in another video, and in the meantime, we unfortunately ran out of time, so I have to say goodbye. But before I go, I want to thank you for sticking to the end. This has been your boy Polycraze. Don't forget to subscribe. See you guys later.